Girls, welcome back in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to jump right into the action here in this one. As we're going to get ready here for our one and only heat race. Not a huge field here, but we see the WB Grave Designs, Pacer Signs and Designs ride, a Pacer Pop Pam. Starting in that pole position, Warren Samoy in the 3D Racing ride. The House of Speed Machine there in position number 2. Then we see Caden back in the 50B. Patches B Fast in the 85. Joseph Brooks, Vernon Hill, PJ Pop Pam and Casey Durand bringing up the rear of the field here as our one and only heat race about to get underway here from Limaland Motorsports Park as quickly. Pacer Pop Pam onto the loud pedal looking to run away here with our first and only heat race of the evening for these 305 sprint cars. As quickly, some great racing action as here comes PJ Pop Pam down on the bottom side of the racetrack as PJ working himself up through the field here in a quick hurry, already up 6 spots and jumps up to the front of the field. The 2 ride of PJ Pop Pam on the move here early on in this one, looking very strong here once again in these 305 sprinters, as right there behind him Pacer Pop Pam in position number 2 is Warren Samoy and Joseph Brooks, both looking at trying to work themselves around this 32 ride. 3 different lanes of racing and a little bit of rubbing and scrubbing. Some more contact as around goes Casey Durand, and we're going to see our first caution flag fly. First caution flag of the evening going to fly here in these 305 sprint cars as things got a little bit tight here. Off of corner number 4 for Casey Durand is right there in front of him. A bit of contact being made, and unfortunately for Casey, nowhere to go here as the 78 ride of Joseph Brooks gets a piece of that 32. The 32 ride trying to hang on to it, but unfortunately losing a ton of momentum. Casey Durand trying to keep that momentum built up in these 305s. Unfortunately, gets into that 32 of Pacer Pop Pam and goes for a loop-de-loop there in corner number 4. So we will get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to battle. Here in this one, it's all PJ Pop Pam. PJ was able to work himself to the front of the field here in a quick hurry. The 2 ride to the point here. Very fast here this evening. This 2 machine on a mission to the front of the field as we get ready to set them back loose. We get ready to go back to green flag racing as the lights are off. The official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go back to battle here in this one as these drivers ready to rock and roll. These sprint cars looking very fierce here once again this evening with some wild racing action. Is out in front PJ Pop Pam, Joseph Brooks, door to door here across the start-finish line as we are back to green flag racing. Quickly, a good jump right there out of the 2 ride of PJ Pop Pam as they're going to duke it out back there for position number 2 as the 2 ride trying to pull away farther and farther. Here comes Warren Samoy trying to take a peek down low on that number 78. As Brooks and Samoy battle here for position number 2, we see Pacer Pop Pam back there in position number 4 with Casey Durand trying to work himself up inside the top 5 here in a quick hurry as Patches be fast. Caden back and Vernon Hill all back there bringing up the rear of the field as we are going to see the caution flag fly here once again. So the caution flag coming back out. We did see Vernon Hill have some issues in the 1H machine. We'll take a look and see what happened here to this number 1 ride on the restart as he's right on the back push bar of the 85 machine. Apaches be fast, but then gets a good run here and unfortunately gets into the side of the 50 ride of Caden back, goes for a loop-de-loop, keeps the JR1 ride moving, but unfortunately sliding backwards here, and then the caution flag coming out. I'm not sure what exactly the caution was for. Looks like the 85 Apaches be fast up into the outside wall right there, but no caution flag for that, and I don't see any spinners. Joseph Brooks up into the outside wall there. I think it was just for the 1 ride of Vernon Hill there having some issues as we are going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. It's PJ Pop Pam out in front. PJ leading the way here this evening as PJ looking very good, looking very fierce here in this one, looking to get ready to rock and roll and back to green flag racing as he looks to try to pick up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Woo! Oh, chat, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a great race here. Nonetheless, a single file restart here in heat race number 1 as we are back to green flag racing here from Limaland Motorsports Park as quickly PJ Popham out in front, looking to try to run away with this one. Joseph Brooks there in position number 2 as the white flag has been displayed. Warren Samoy, Casey Durand, and Pacer Popham battling door to door here for position number 4 on the racetrack. As out of corner number 4, it's all PJ Popham. As Popham gonna pick up the win here in heat race number 1. Brooks, Samoy, Durand, Pacer Popham, Vernon Hill, and the rest of the field there as we saw Patches Be Fast and Caden back bringing up the rear of the field there in that one as these drivers going to jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick warm-up session in these 305 sprint cars. They're going to jump out there. They're going to make sure their cars are absolutely hooked up and set up and ready to rock and roll here for the evening as we're going to get ready for some more wild racing action here in this one as things are about to get exciting, things are about to get crazy here this evening as you see Pacer Popham quickly jumping out onto the racetrack as Carol Brooks says, good job, Joseph. Cheering on Mr. Brooks out there on the racetrack is my boy, Clifford Bellamy coming in, showing the love. What's good, Cliff? Cliff coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Carol Brooks coming in with that heart reaction, coming in, showing the love here in this one as we will get them all lined up and ready to rock and roll here as oh, not a huge field, but a good field and a lot of good, talented drivers out there on the racetrack ready to duke it out here in this one. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see some interesting racing, but already right out of the get-go, this number 2 ride of PJ Popham looking very, very fast, looking very deadly out there on the track. And he's looking to try to pick up a checkered flag in this one after coming home in position number 2 and losing the last race by inches. He's looking to try to pick up the win here in the 305s and looking to try to put that 2 machine up in victory lane here once again at Limaland Motorsports Park as we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments for our A main feature event. Oh, chat, this is going to be good. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. This is going to be a great time this evening, and we're going to have a lot of fun here up in the booth as all these drivers out there on the racetrack continue to lay down some good lap times, continue to try to figure out these rides, trying to figure out what they need to do or where they can find some extra speed out there on the racetrack in hopes of trying to pick up a checkered flag themselves here this evening. A lot of different variants going to go into this race and what these drivers can do or what they will do out there on the racetrack. How hard can they send it in? How hard can they run these 305 race cars around the racetrack without running into issues? Will we see fuel become an issue? Will we see an abundance of caution flags, or will we see just some good, hard green flag racing like we did moments ago in our pro late model race here with the Montana iRacing League? So many things can happen and everything's going to get very, very spicy in a quick hurry as we'll get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Yo, what's good, Aaron M29? My boy AA Ron coming in, showing the love over there on Twitch. How are you, my brother? How are you, my dude? Coming in, showing the love here in this one, dancing up in the house. Some great racing action about to get underway here. Our A main feature event about to get underway. These drivers out there on the racetrack. Some last minute practicing, getting ready to rock and roll. Here's the warm-up session coming to a close in just a few more moments in the racing action for our A main feature event will get underway. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show? Well, here you go as we get ready to rock and roll here from Limaland Motorsports Park with these 305 sprint cars. We're going to get ready to set them loose. As our warm-up session coming to a close, we're going to get ready for our main feature event here from Limaland Motorsports Park as these drivers get loaded into the sim and looking for the win here as the two right going for a bit of a spill there on the high side of corner number 2 in the 2 machine, ready to rock and roll, ready to duke it out here in this one as we'll get them all lined up on the front straightaway behind our official iRacing base truck, and we'll get ready to go green flag racing here in this one. Casey Duran, my boy Casey, coming in with that heart reaction. How are you, Casey? Casey coming in, showing the love here in this one as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose. As starting on the pole in the 2 machine, it's the Pacers. Signs and Designs, Flawless Auto Body, Redline Designs Company. Number 2 ride is PJ Popham. Starting in position number 2 in the 78 ride, that is the number 78 machine of Joseph Brooks. Starting in position number 3 in the Norwood Sim Sports House of Speed 3D Racing, number 77 ride is the West Side Signs and Designs machine, that is Warren Samoy. To his outside in the 43C machine, that is Casey Durand, and right there in position number 5, the Pacer Signs and Designs number 32 ride, that is the WB Crave Designs machine of Pacer Popham. To his outside in the 5.6 Graphics Dirt Defender JR1 Motorsports number 1H, that is Vernon Hill, and then we see the 85 of Patches B Fast in the 50B of Caden Back, bringing up the rear of the field here. It's a small field, but a great group of drivers ready to rock and roll here at our second race of the evening for the Montana iRacing League. Is at a quarter number 4, we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. As we are quickly green flag racing here in this one, it's PJ Popham out in front as Popham looking to try to run away with this one. Joseph Brooks right there in tow as here comes Warren Samoy and Casey Durand trying to jump up there and battle with that 78 ride for position number 2. Vernon Hill right there inside the top 5 now in that number 1H ride as he's into position number 5 on the racetrack. Pacer Popham there in position number 6. Caden Back in Patches Be Fast bringing up the rear of the field. It is all this 2 machine out in front as PJ Popham leading the way, looking to try to pick up the checker flag here in the second race of the evening, our 4th and final race of the weekend, as we do see the caution flag fly here in this one. You see a wingless number 43C, a Casey Durand there rolling down the back straightaway as take a look and see what happened to this 43C machine as he was up into position number 3, looking to have a good run. Fortunately for Casey, looks like he's going to roll it into the high side there, get up into the outside fence, and he's going to roll along the wall there for quite a while. Rolls down off the hill there. There goes the top wing flying off the car, and that will bring out our first caution flag of the evening as we will jump right on board here into the cockpit on the helmet cam of this 43C machine and see what he sees here from the cockpit of this ride. Gets a little tight, pushes up the racetrack, and it doesn't take much to get these sprint cars up and onto that wall as he rides the fence there for a little bit, and then luckily enough lands back on all 4 tires and keeps on rolling, but some pretty heavy damage there to Casey's ride as we will get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. My boy Michael King coming in, showing the love again with that like on the stream. How are you, Michael? Michael coming in, smashing that thumbs up as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. PJ Popham back out in front quickly onto the loud pedal, looking to try to run away with this one as he's looking to be the reflection of perfection here this evening in the 305 sprint cars. We've seen this 2 ride dominate before in these machines, as somehow or another he just seems to be able to find the runs, find the momentum, and keep that car pointed in the right direction here and having it right on the edge of existence lap after lap after lap as he continues to lead the way. Joseph Brooks right there in second. Warren Samoy trying to hold on to third as he's got the 1H of Chris Hill right there behind him. I'm sorry, chat. I'm yawning here a little bit. It's late. It's already after 11 o'clock. I tried to take a nap earlier, and it did not work as, unfortunately, we got to get up early in the morning again tomorrow and back in at the office. As here you go, the 78 ride now of Joseph Brooks up into the outside fence. Some pretty heavy contact right there for that 78 ride. Luckily enough, able to keep it pointed in the right direction, but unfortunately, going to lose a lot of positions here. He's going to get up into the fence again. Obviously, some right front damage here on that 78 ride, and he is struggling out there on the racetrack, trying to keep this thing pointed in the right direction. You see that left front actually just towed out completely here, digging into the ground, and that is not going to work out very well here for the 78 ride. He may have to try to take this thing down pit side and off the racetrack here, as he's probably going to look for the caution flag. Unfortunately, nothing yet, as everyone able to just kind of keep on rolling around him here. But if he gets stopped on the bottom side of the racetrack here, he's got to keep that thing rolling and try to get it down pit side without bringing out that caution flag. Out in front, it's all PJ Popham, as Popham continuing to lead the way here in this one. Out to A2. Second lead here is Warren Samoy, now up into position number 2. Samoy looking strong as he's starting to run away from that 1H ride of Verdon Hill, and Hill starting to feel some pressure himself as he's got that 43C of Casey Duran right there to his inside, as Duran trying to work that inside lane here once again in the sprint cars, trying to find that momentum. Down low, trying to hold the pretty wheel on the bottom side of the racetrack. Him in the 1H of Vernon Hill duking it out here for position number 3. Hill up on the high side, the 43C down on the bottom side as the laps continue to get clicked off. Vernon Hill just absolutely disappeared off the racetrack. There he is. He's back. He was blinking there for quite a while and disappeared for about half that lap, but here he is battling again, and then him and the 43 going to come together, and that will bring out the caution flag. The caution flag flies here. Contact between Casey Duran and Verdon Hill off of corner number 4 here. As you don't see that one ride, or the one ride even there, and then all of a sudden he's going to pop back up, but it's down out of corner number 4 here. They're going to come together. We'll see if one of them comes up or one of them comes down as the 1H gets into the outside wall. You see him come down into the 43C machine of Casey Duran. I don't think Casey was expecting that one at all, and unfortunately some pretty hard contact up into the outside wall goes Vernon Hill. Then you see the 43 ride going for a skid and a slide here sideways up into the outside of corner number 1, as you see Hill up into the fence there. Some pretty heavy damage there for Verdon Hill and his JR1 machine, as him and the 43 make a little bit more contact. The 32 of Pacer Popham just narrowly avoiding it, but nonetheless, we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. As out in front, PJ Popham continuing to lead the way with Warren Samoy there in second. Pacer Popham now up into third with Casey Duran. Vernon Hill rounding out our top 5. Patches Be Fast there in 6th with Joseph Brooks in 7th, and Caden back, unfortunately, down pit side to the 50B ride, as we are quickly back to green flag racing. It's the green flag back out into the air here in this one. Vernon Hill making some quick work as he works himself up into position number 2 here, as Warren Samoy, not the restart he was hoping for. So that 3D racing ride sliding backwards outside of the top 3 now, and back into that 5th position as he looks to the outside of the 43C here of Casey Durant for position number 4. The 78 ride of Joseph Brooks, unfortunately, the one car one lap down right now. The racetrack would need a few more caution flags to get himself back onto the lead lap and back into contention. But he's showing a lot of speed here this evening as well, and working himself what would be into that 3rd position, but almost loses the rear end right there. He's rolling that inside middle lane, and unfortunately almost going for a loop-de-loop right there. As out in front is PJ Popham, continuing to lead the way here. Popham out in front by 1.2 seconds between himself and Vernon Hill. As Hill there in position number 2. Then you see Pacer Popham and Warren Samoy battling here for position number 3 on the racetrack. Casey Durant trying to poke his nose into that battle, as well as a 3-car fight here for position number 3 on the racetrack. A little contact there between Warren Samoy and Pacer Popham. Gonna slow both those drivers up on the high side, as Casey Duran gonna roll the inside lane and right up into position number 3. So Durand on the move back towards the front of the field here. Unfortunately, he's got a big gap now between himself and Vernon Hill. As Hill back there in position number 2 here, hanging with our race leader, PJ Popham. A second lead here right now, kind of running some different lanes, moving around the racetrack, trying to figure out the best way to maneuver around this track. And right now, Vernon Hill staying right there with him, trying to run down that 2-ride of PJ Popham, looking at maybe trying to jump up there and show him how to get it done and maybe beat that 2-ride here this evening. As a good run here after that caution flag for the one machine of Vernon Hill, as Hill on the move to the front of the field. Casey Durand there holding on to third, as Warren Samoy right there with him. Pacer Popham back there in position number 5 with Patches Be Fast in that 6th position. Joseph Brooks in position number 7, and Caden back down pit side in the 50B ride, bringing up the rear of the field. That's out in front. PJ Popham continuing to lead the way here. Only 7/10 of a second between himself and Vernon Hill, as Hill hanging right there with him and not letting him run away. But that time through 1 and 2, the 2-ride stays up on the high side and keeps that 2-ride out in front, trying to stretch out his lead here once again. He was moving around the racetrack, trying to find some different lanes, maybe just messing around a little bit out there on the racetrack and just giving that 1 H-ride a little bit of false hope as he's starting to pull away again here from that second place car and giving himself a bit of a cushion here, as Hill still about 1.1 seconds back of our race leader, Casey Durand, and Warren Samoy continuing to battle here for position number 3 on the racetrack, as we only got 8 more laps left to go. This one getting clicked down in a quick hurry here, as Warren Samoy in the 43 of Casey Durand continuing to battle here, as Warren up on the high side with that high side momentum, going to jump up into position number 3. Casey still trying to work that inside lane, trying to find the run that he needs to stay there in that 3rd position. Out in front, it's all PJ Popham, as PJ continuing to lead the way here in that 2-ride, trying to stay as the reflection of perfection here in this one, as he was the winner of our first heat race of the evening, our only heat race of the evening. Had a big run, had a big lead there in that one, and then he's led every single lap so far here this evening in this 305 series race, as PJ Popham looking to try to pick up another checkered flag. Vernon Hill trying to hang there with him, but unfortunately sliding back now by about 1.5 seconds behind that 2 machine. Then you see Warren Samoy back about 4.5 seconds from the 1 machine of Vernon Hill for position number 2. Casey Durand right there in 4th. Pacer Popham back there into the outside wall here in position number 6, as our race leaders right there in front of him. That was a close call for a caution flag, and a close call for our race leader, as PJ Popham had to get onto the binders, as we see that white flag fly one more time around here for PJ Popham, as Popham nice and easy down low through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's gonna get it done here in the Montana iRacing League in the 305 sprint cars, as the 2 machine of PJ Popham is gonna park himself up here in the Limaland Motorsports Park victory lane. Vernon Hill there in position number 2, with Warren Samoy coming home in position number 3. Casey Durand, Patches Be Fast, Joseph Brooks, Pacer Popham, and Caden back rounding out our field here in this one, as PJ Popham gets it done and gets the win here in our 2nd race of the evening, our 4th and final race of the weekend here for the Montana iRacing League. As my boy Anthony Karpf coming in showing the love, says, come on Warren, high side hustling. He was up there high side hustling for show, as Kara, Billy Tabor, Billy coming in showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Billy? Billy coming in showing the love here in this one, as we're going to get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here with our top 3 finishers after another great evening and another great run here this evening, as I actually don't see our race winner in the Discord right now. I'm not sure where PJ or Vernon or any of these boys are. I do see Warren Samoy still up in the booth, so I'll wait and see if we get these drivers up into the booth here. Have a good one. See y'all Monday on the track for the Enduro Series. Yes, sir, Michael. We will see you out there on the racetrack, my dude. We'll see you out there ready to rock and roll and duke it out there with those with the Dirt Street Stocks on Monday night for that Enduro Series. Going to be a good time, going to be a lot of fun. Joseph Brooks says, my new VR needs to hurry the fuck up and show up, acting like I'm stuck in a damn paint shaker, so hard to race, brother. That is got to be a challenge of its own right there, trying to keep yourself under control and trying to keep that thing pointing in the right directions. We're going to get ready. We're going to pull our race winner up into the broadcast booth here. Is PJ Popham getting it done, picking up the win here in this one. We're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, PJ, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Taking a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
PJ, my boy, another race, another trip up here into the broadcast booth here as 4 out of 4 weekend here for you up into the booth, and your second checkered flag of the weekend as well, so you're able to get it done here in these 305 sprint cars, and a fairly dominant race once again being the reflection of perfection, leading every single lap here this evening as you were able to jump up into the top spot quickly in that first heat race, run away with it, and then right here in the feature event just out in front all evening long, showing these drivers how to get it done. But late in this race, we saw Verdon Hill hang right there with you. I'm not sure if you were just trying to take it easy, trying to just hit your marks and keep from getting into trouble out there on the racetrack. And we saw you also running some different lanes, trying to figure out some different ways to get around the racetrack as well.
Yeah, just there towards the end of the race, the cushion was getting so close to the wall. I caught it once in 3, and I think I broke the right front. So I was just trying to keep it out of the wall mainly. If we had to go a little bit harder, we probably could have. And then right there at the very end, lap car got in the wall, and I was trying to avoid it. I slowed way down to miss it, so that let him catch back up to us too. So, but a good night, good weekend for the two team. A little different in the street stocks, and a little maybe more oomph in the modifieds or in the late models, and maybe we could have brought 4 wins home this weekend, but we'll take this. Third being our worst finish this weekend is, you can't beat that. That's a good weekend.
Absolutely a very, very good weekend being up here in the broadcast booth for 4 different races and picking up a pair of checkered flags as we saw that contact there, as we saw the lap car getting up into the outside wall there right in front of you. You had to make some quick moves out there to be able to avoid them there. Was it kind of getting a little scary there, trying to work yourself through some of that traffic late in this race, knowing Verdon Hill really wasn't too far back there behind you, but you were right there trying to just stay out of trouble, and then trouble almost found you in the closing laps of this race.
Yeah, the lap cars, you never know. They try to hold their lines. They usually give you pretty good room, but when they're bouncing off the walls, sometimes it's kind of hard to predict where they're going to go. And I almost thought I was going to hit the lap car there when he got into the outside wall coming out of 2 there. I thought he was going to bounce down the track, and I tried to go around him, and he didn't quite bounce as far as I was hoping, but we didn't make any contact. So.
Absolutely, so you're able to keep that 2 right clean and green here and park it back up in victory lane. PJ, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here in this one?
Thank all my teammates again. The one benefit of finishing up here and getting to do these interviews is I'm getting pretty good at remembering everybody and kind of how to do it. So just got to thank my teammates, Tommy Bush, Joseph Brooks, my dad, my sponsors, Pacer Sign and Design, DM Race Engines, Upfront Bodies, Elysian Salon, Realtor Dusty Popham, Falls Casino, Knoll Transport. Shout out to my fiance Katie. Thank you for doing the broadcast, and then thank Warren for putting on the show. And I gotta thank Brian Wax. I don't know if we thank him enough for donating his time as an admin in here. So just appreciate everybody that puts this together.
Absolutely, Warren and all the boys putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure these races happen week after week after week. And we can't thank you drivers enough for coming in and showing the love and showing the support, and obviously putting on some great racing action week after week after week, as we saw some great racing action here all weekend long, and some great wins here and some great runs out of that too, right, as you park it up in victory lane in these 305 sprint cars. We got Terrell Wheeler up in the chat as well, says tell PJ I'm coming for him next week, and he's calling you out. He's saying he's going to try to get up there and knock you off the top here next weekend in these 305 sprint cars.
Heck yeah, we'll see him next week. Got to thank the fans too. I did forget them. They, without them, we're just a bunch of idiots driving in circles. They support your stream, they support our league. It's pretty cool that everybody comes out and watches and supports.
Absolutely. The sport is always much, much loved and much appreciated here week in and week out in every single one of these races. But PJ, another great run, another great race for you, and we look forward to seeing you guys back out there on the racetrack for 4 more races next weekend, kicking off next Friday night, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth a few more times next weekend.
Yeah, hopefully it's not behind that 43 car next weekend.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait to see it happen. We can't wait to see you guys duke it out.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, PJ Popham. As PJ coming home here in position number 1. A great run and a great drive there for that number 2 machine. As we're going to get ready, we're going to pull our 3rd place finisher here, as I don't see Vernon Hill in the Discord. So we're going to pull in our boy Warren Samoy here, our 3rd place finisher. We'll pull Warren up into the broadcast booth and get the 3D Racing 77 ride up here into the booth. Hey Warren, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
I do.
Warren, my boy, another good run, another good drive as you park that 77 ride up here on the podium, coming home in position number 3 here in these 305 sprint cars, man. Take us through this race as we saw some pretty good battling back there for that 2nd and 3rd position, but really here in this one, PJ Popham just out in front, run away with it, and then late in this one, Vernon Hill finding an extra gear, jumping up there and running away for that 2nd spot, left you guys back there to duke it out for position number 3.
Yeah, and that first restart on lap 4, I kind of got not the greatest restart, and Pacer was on my inside. He got a really good restart, and we went into the corner, and he kind of came up a little bit, and he was in front of me, so kind of just had to lift and let him have the spot there going down the backstretch. And then my car was working pretty good on the top, so I just kind of was patient, and then just kind of let it play out, and then so I could finally get back to the top. And then I had a good race with Casey there, and just stuck with it, and finally got around him for 3rd. So yeah, it was a good show. Wasn't a lot of cars, but yeah, we'll pick it up and go again next week.
Absolutely. We always look forward to seeing you guys out there on the racetrack. And even with a low car count here in the 305s, nonetheless, we saw some great racing action as you guys duked it out and battled hard out there on the racetrack, lap after lap. No one giving an inch, no one giving any kind of room out there on the racetrack as everyone trying to pick up a good win, a good finish, trying to pick up those podium runs or trying to pick up the checkered flag here as everyone is such fierce competitors here in the league and everyone looking to try to get as many points as they can here for these championships. And obviously another good run, another good race here for you in that 77 where I got to feel pretty good here with the championship in mind.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that 2 car might have the championship sealed up in the sprint cars. But yeah, I don't race for points. I mean, if it happens, it does. But yeah, this year have fun. Next week, if we do have a low car count, I want to see what your thoughts were on this. But during the warm up, I would like to have if it's 10 or less cars, like a King of the Hill type thing, where cars go out and do like a quick little 2-lap match race, and we can work our way up from 10th up to 1st. And just a little fun thing to do in the intermission next week.
Absolutely, yeah, for certain. We could definitely
Yeah,
implement that and give something extra going on there throughout that warm-up session for certain.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing next week. Probably just for fun. I don't know if we're gonna put any money in on it, but we'll see how it goes and see what kind of cars show up. Eldora's a fun track, so hopefully we get a good show.
Absolutely, brother Warren. A good run, though. A good race here for yourself in this one as you come home in position number 3. Who would you like to thank here for such a great run and great drive here this evening?
Got a big shout out to our admin Wax. He was not feeling very well this week, and he came in and toughed it out 4 races for us. Luckily, the racers kind of obliged him tonight. We didn't have that many cautions in either of the races, so it was a good night for the admin to come showing up like he was. I appreciate his help.
Absolutely. Being sick, hopefully feels better soon. And obviously, easy workload here in this one for Mr. Wax. And hopefully, he'll get over his sickness in a quick hurry. And we'll see him back up here in the, admin booth next weekend and making those calls and keeping you guys all in line and in check there next Friday.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Aaron.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You bet, brother.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher here in this one. As Brian says, yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, brother. I don't know who Jay is. I don't know if that's Vernon Hill trying to join the top 3 waiting room. I've seen them join like 5 or 6 times and then leave, so I don't know if that's Vernon Hill or not, but we're going to call it there at that note anyways, chat. We would love to pull in Vernon in that second spot, but I don't see him in there right now, and your boy's got to get some sleep. I got to get up early in the morning again, so we're going to go get some sleep. We got to be up early, and then we're going to be back in action tomorrow afternoon as we got some NASCAR racing going on tomorrow evening as we get the second last race of the season for the Outcast Racing League. Another cut-off race where 4 more drivers will be eliminated from the playoffs tomorrow evening in the Outcast Racing League, and that'll set up our Championship 8 for the final race of the year for the 6th season of the Outcast Racing League, and it's going to be a good one there for the championship race at Talladega Super Speedway, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, and it's going to be some great racing tomorrow night, as well as we're going to see these drivers really battle it out, really duke it out, and put on a great show for us, and everyone try to work themselves into the show. And then later on tomorrow evening, we have the Best of the Best Tour Take 2, the Ty Dickinson League, as we'll see those drivers jump out onto the racetrack. I don't know what Ty's got us running tomorrow evening in that series, but I know it's something fun, it's something different. I'm not sure exactly what we're in. Tomorrow night is the 25th, so it looks like we're Port Royal in Pro Late Models. So Pro Late Models tomorrow evening as well, just after 7:30 Eastern Time. We'll see some more racing action on the dirt track tomorrow evening. So a little bit of pavement track racing with the NASCAR League, and then obviously back into the dirt track racing with the Pro Late Models tomorrow evening for 2 amazing races. But unfortunately, we're going to call it there. I'm going to catch some Z's, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow for some more awesome racing. As yes, unfortunately, Joycelyn, you missed out on this one. You missed out on this one, but we will have it back up on the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel where you can go back and rewatch these races and be able to, see what you missed out there on the racetrack, and you don't have to miss any of the amazing racing action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I can't thank you guys enough for coming in and tuning in and showing the love here all weekend long. Everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the star senders, new subscribers, new members, or anybody that came in and hit that follow button here throughout the last couple of days. I appreciate each and every one of you, and appreciate all the drivers coming in and making this Montana iRacing League so much fun and so awesome week in and week out. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to call it there, and we'll see you guys all back here tomorrow evening. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.